Oh, God.
You're live. Hello, everyone.
Hi.
How are you doing? Happy New Year.
The quality of this webcam is low.
It is. I don't know if you noticed that last time we did this.
I feel like it was...
I wonder if we give it like a wee rub. Ooh, ooh, ooh. No, it made it worse.
That helped.
It did. We're here to talk about Doctor Who today. I think you can give us some credit because we've been fast to react. It's only been a couple days.
It's
not
the
like
third.
It's the third.
On the third.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable.
Oh, God. Sorry.
You're gonna have to like endure infinite loops while we like harvest. There we go. We're harvesting the link. Yeah, to get our people. I don't know if I'll take my glasses off so it doesn't do the sheen. Yeah. Aye, Doctor Who, Resolution. Not Resolution of the Daleks.
No, although...
Do you think they'll call it that on the DVD?
I don't know. It was just a rumor that I heard.
It fits. And
I feel like Of the Daleks wouldn't work because there was only one Dalek.
Resolution
Of the
Dalek?
Of the Dalek. It was like a Scout Dalek.
A Scout Dalek, yeah. We should probably talk about... There's like a few things, because going into this episode, there was talk of it... Because like, I don't know when it started, but at some point during the series, the kind of momentum on it being a Dalek episode, or it having to be a Dalek episode, started to happen.
Yeah.
Because like the whole of season 11 had been new monsters, and new plots, and new characters, and they'd either said or not said that they were going to do all new monsters this year.
Yeah.
So people were like, all right, and then like New Year's Day came up as a thing. Instead of it being a Christmas special, it was a New Year's Day thing. So people were like, oh, maybe they're going to do like Daleks on New Year's Day.
And there was a couple of New Year's Day line because it was a New Year.
There was like,
oh, Happy New Year.
Because
we saw like all the New Years.
There was references to New Year in a way that it felt like it probably was always New Year, because it was like about shops being closed and people being hungover. So like you could have done that with Christmas, I guess. But like,
so it did feel like, at least when they filmed it was intended to be a New Year.
Yeah, there was nothing Christmassy about it really. No. So because like when they dropped the picture of her in her scarf, and it did look quite Christmassy. And like, I think it's sheer cowardice that they didn't do a Christmas special this year. Actual cowardness.
I think the reason literally is just so there is a Doctor Who episode this year.
I think it's that there's a Doctor Who episode in this year, so they can say that it was like continuous.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know. We were just talking about how this is the last Doctor Who of the decade.
This is like a 60-minute one. It did feel like it felt long again. It felt long.
It felt, there was a bit where I was just like, just end.
Like it lost a lot of momentum, and like I feel like from halfway through into like the last quarter, it lost a lot of momentum. Like
there was like, we're just gonna
really boring bit. I forget.
We should say, if you're new, this is gonna be relentless spoilers where we recount the plot. I'm gonna jump ahead to the very end here. See when Ryan's dad almost died.
Yeah.
I was like, just die and then end, and I'll be happy. Like I'll be happy. See if you just end.
And then it just I forget exactly how it ended, but they saved them, and then
it very much just ended. Like it was just a.
But can we just find out it was yet another episode without any Doctor Who titles? It didn't even have anything.
Oh, I didn't know.
It didn't have an opening sequence. I thought I was going to have a cold open. Can we talk about the opening? Because the opening was really weird. Like, it felt like, you know how, like, the in thing and, like, movie design, like, especially in Marvel films, is like they'll cut to a location and then they'll have, like, the name of the place. Doctor Who did this, except the font they used looked like shit. Like, it just looked terrible, and, like, they put it together in, like, the worst editing program imaginable.
It looked like the Civil War font, where it's like most of the screen in big way. When that happened, burst out laughing.
Like he was like Impact or something.
How did you feel? And this is one from Amber. She was asking, how did you feel about the kerning on those?
It was probably bad.
It looked like, because you know how in Civil War they started doing the big white like font to like indicate locations.
Yeah, that's exactly
what they did.
Like that, but terrible.
It was kind of like they saw Infinity War, because I think they used it in that as well.
Yeah,
and they're like, oh, that'll be good. That'll add to the epicness.
It'll make it feel like an event, like Globetrotting, like high scale episode.
It was and it wasn't, because it was literally just an episode of Torchwood. Like you can't get away from it. I think that this episode,
if there was a Dalek in a Torchwood episode, it would be like
this feels like an unused Dalek Torchwood episode concept that like Chibnall's had in the back pocket.
God,
they're like, all right,
really might be onto something.
It's 2007, and how do we make the Dalek sexy? well, I don't know, tentacles. They've got tentacles. Why don't we put them on a
it'll be
lady and then have her be puppeted about?
That's a super tortured concept that the monster take over the human.
Absolutely. It's cheap. It's a footler.
And even the redesign of the Dalek looked super
I'm in two minds.
It kind of was Cyberwoman, but Dalek episode, and it was a lot better than that.
But,
it literally was as if Chibnall forgot he was writing a Doctor Who episode. Because the Doctor, it took 10 minutes for the Doctor.
Yeah, there was a bit where they were exploring the underground because the underground was Sheffield Town Hall. See, when it was we're going back to Sheffield, yeah.
I feel like the Sheffield thing has gotten more annoying than a London thing ever did.
I was thinking about it because I think it's just bias because I'm sure people in Sheffield are very happy because if this was going to go back to Glasgow, we'd be loving it. It'd be fine. But because it's Sheffield and we don't live there, it just comes off as obnoxious.
Also, I'm very confused because no one in this episode remembered Daleks.
I was hurt.
Was that a remnant from did Moffat?
Moffat's very much in canon still, which I know it is, but you'd think they'd be right around.
Moffat never did a thing that made people there never was a thing that made people forget the
Dalek.
Dalek.
Absolutely, because the universe got rebooted.
Oh yeah.
But also cracks in time, I want to say, because Amy.
No, but see, what
Amy didn't remember the Daleks.
There was that part where the human Dalek went to the police to get a Dalek gun. Why did they have a Dalek gun?
I think that was covered in a couple because they went to the archives. I think it was the Sheffield archives.
Yeah, so why did the Sheffield archives have a Dalek gun? Because I was wondering if it was just we have this as a remnant of when the Daleks last attacked Earth.
Yeah.
But no one remembers this because no one knows what a Dalek is.
Yeah, it seemed like Cabinet's cake and eating it there.
Yeah.
I feel like it was probably specifically covered in the line of dialogue, but I was not paying that close attention to it.
You're going to have to excuse us because it was New Year's Day.
It was New Year's Day.
I don't have the attention span.
No, there was bits.
I don't have the attention span at the best of times, and specifically not in New Year's Day.
We're here for Doctor Who, but not because I feel like it went by really quick because it was in that scene where she was cutting about being a police officer and it was very Edgar Wright editing where it was hot fuzz police carring about, and they might because there was something about an archive, but the Doctor specifically there was a whole thing, and I feel like this is the main cut of the episode for me was that the Doctor was don't worry lads, I'm just gonna phone unit. There's so many episodes where it's why don't you just
that was amazing.
Why don't you just phone unit? And then she did.
That was amazing. I loved that.
The unit has been scrapped because of Brexit.
They never said Brexit.
They didn't say Brexit, the cowards.
I just had it as more of a comment on austerity. I
guess, but it's also NATO. So it very much because it was because of the funding, Britain's partners, specifically they said Britain's partners had pulled out, and it was very much oh, you're going to do Brexit, are you? Well, you're not going to have unit.
It felt slightly Chibnall was this is a plot where unit would need to get involved, but I hate unit because I'm Chibnall.
Yeah, I realized
I'm the anti
Gatiss. I realized after the episode, I put out feelers is Gatiss okay? Did Gatiss see that? Has people seen Gatiss since New Year's Day? Because he might not be all right.
There's a possibility RTD, Moffat, and Gatiss have been on the phone we need to get rid of this guy. None of us wanted to come back, but unit, no.
Oh no, unit's the last straw. I like the joke of unit being cancelled because of Brexit. But presumably you're going to have to do something about that at some point.
I assume it'll come back.
But if he does,
maybe that's an idea he has for series 2. There's no more unit. Everything's fucked.
Well, he's just going to wait till after Brexit and see how things are, because I doubt the BBC will get funding in the next year.
Yeah.
So that's probably why Doctor Who's not gone.
But yeah, so the episode starts all these the little scenes that had the location of them in a Marvel movie style way.
Aye.
There's all because they had split there was an ancient evil creature
some sort of
split into three and buried in 3 different parts.
I liked all that. I liked all the kind of because it was the 9th century and somehow the 9th century lads had cracked open a Dalek.
Yeah, it felt a bit Moffat-esque.
It did. It felt like Pandora opens it.
It did. I
liked it, but I like that in a kind of mythic kind of sense, but it doesn't stand up to how did they crack open a Dalek? How did they know? Why did they cut it up?
Also,
are Daleks just immortal?
We never saw what the Dalek actually would have looked like. Did we?
We saw outside and about, but not at that time.
I know, but like we never saw like because presumably it would have came in a case. Then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like,
Like
what did that case look like?
It just looked like.
Was it just the normal Dalek?
They said there was a line about it being like maybe one of the first Daleks off Scarrow. So there's stuff. I like that they made the Dalek. Well, I like that they made the Dalek different and gave it like it's a scout Dalek.
The thing
it's
is,
got scout powers.
The thing I really liked about this episode was they made the Dalek threatening. There was only one of them, and they made it threatening. That Dalek had a hell of a body count.
He did.
It killed an entire like army platoon, like straight up.
That platoon though.
Murdered that platoon.
That platoon had been hysterics though, because like they put a platoon in. That could have been a unit platoon.
It was
it could have just been a unit platoon that they murdered. You could have your unit in there, but also like it was a comedy platoon. It was the Dalek was like flying about. And then it like these 4 trucks just converged on its look somehow. Like what? How did they? What?
That scene felt very Transformers.
Very like and like the BBC have like support of the British military in the same way that Top Gear does. Like I was like, it's a bit gross. But yes, the Dalek did kill people, which is I feel like a specific thing Chibnall has taken.
The thing that annoyed me is it killed red shirts. Like none of the named characters, every single one of the named characters in that story was totally okay.
Even
including the ones that you thought like would have like one of the two like
the blue shirts,
the New Year lovebirds.
Yeah, the like
the plot kind of revolved. The archaeologists.
They should stop adding characters. They already have a million characters.
Can we talk about how this was fucking stolen Earth levels of characters? Like, and they were all new. Like. There was at one point there was like 10 people in the fucking TARDIS. Was there? There was a lot of people in the TARDIS.
There was like the TARDIS crew. There was Ryan's dad's oven because he brought that microwave oven with him. That was specifically not just a microwave but also an oven. That wasn't a great run joke, but it was a joke they put in there. You got to give them that. And
then there was the 2 archaeologists. Yes. So there's like 8 people in the TARDIS.
That's too many people in the TARDIS. I don't get it. I don't get how.
By the way, can I just say it felt like the TARDIS set was slightly bigger. Am I just dreaming? It did feel like
it felt
had moved
better.
The walls.
It looked different.
Like it felt like they had like made the wall like the surrounding walls bigger. Like, it looked like there was more space in there.
The pendulum goes up in the middle.
It does.
Which you saw in the series before, but
it was weird because there was a lot of there was no TARDIS in the series at all, but there was quite a lot of TARDIS in this episode.
Yeah, definitely. The TARDIS stuff felt kind of like a budget saving thing, kind of, because there's if you go back and look at it,
it would have been quite a cheap episode to make. I think
it's hard to tell with TV because TV costs millions to make, even when it doesn't look like millions. Because like imagine all the CG for that like tentacle Dalek and like the CGI for the like the terrible.
Can I just ask why wasn't this the finale?
Well. Production difficulties is probably what I'd like to say.
Yeah, like I guess because like we had to.
Because Tim Shaw was the finale. Tim Shaw was the bookend to the series. Tim Shaw.
This episode was way better than the finale.
I enjoyed it a lot more.
It was one of Chibnall's best Doctor Who episodes.
One of his better episodes. It's up there with his Torchwood episodes, probably.
It's probably his second best Doctor Who episode. I think
the first one
is the very first episode he wrote for his Doctor Who, like
Arrival. No, that's not.
What was it called?
The Woman Who Fell Down.
The Woman Who Fell Down. Yeah. I think that's his best Doctor Who episode still, which is kind of damning.
Very damning. Imagine if I was gonna say it doesn't because like Rose, I quite like Rose.
Rose is like,
and you quite like the 11th Hour.
It's a weird comparison because Rose and the 11th Hour are both like some of the writers' best Doctor Who episodes. But
if you take it forward, like New Earth, New Earth isn't great. I do love Smith and Jones though, so like.
Yeah,
you've got like an advantage with the first episode because it's got the first episode vibe and it's like set up.
You've got like what's the word? Like people are willing to give it the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, we should probably watch the series again because you know how we're going to do the like overall.
Yeah,
and it is all up on the iPlayer, so
hopefully we'll be forever because all Doctor Who just is.
I think season 10
terrible for the DVD sales.
Well, you're damn well. HMV's going, so
dead, so
who knows? Yeah, God.
But yeah, like there was these archaeologists, and they were like digging.
They're digging.
Like
they referenced the finding. Was it King James's head or something?
They were, like looking for something in the same way as like when they found King James in a car park.
Yeah.
And then they obviously fancied each other, and I was like, oh, one of them's gonna die.
I was just like, every time anyone of them did anything in that crypt, I was like, they're dead. And like they split up to investigate something, and there was like a Dalek growing on a wall, and it's like, are you okay? You're going to be okay? You're going to be dead?
They held the Dalek piece under UV light, which activated it.
And this is another one of the damning bits of the episode, because like they set up the fact that the great warriors from the past cut the Dalek into 3 and then guarded the 3 bits, but the English one like didn't make it to wherever it was going, and that's why it's under the town hall weirdly. But somehow the other parts of the Dalek combined back with it, or did it just? Because I feel like that's what they were implying. Because didn't it teleport or something? How does like the Daleks just have teleportation? Like, and also it's been dead for centuries, and
the Dalek made its own suit. The baby made its own coat, like the. You know what I mean?
The casing,
casing, which is
the power armor.
I quite like the design of it. Like, it was weirdly tall. Like some of it, like tall. I liked how it like was able to like move its stalk like up and down. I feel like that's new, or is it?
Don't know. Probably not. It's always been able to like look up and down. But the new Dalek design, it was like. I don't know.
I don't even want to call it a new Dalek design because it's not a new. It's just like it's forced to design out of its necessity. Like,
yeah.
If we see like a bunch
Iron
of Daleks, then
Mark 1 armor.
Yeah. If we see like a bunch of Daleks, I hope it doesn't look like that. But for a one-off episode,
cool. No, it was literally just it made it in a shed. Like it had the woman pick up like a giant cog.
Yeah.
She was like wearing a cog and like took it in, and then Iron Man, like Tony Stark in a cave with a box of scraps. Well, it seemed like over the course of 5 minutes, knock up this Dalek design, and then I was okay with it. But then it started having like more and more bits in it because it had missiles in its balls. Like
it did have.
But that was a great part of the episode. But like, did she make those missiles? Like, I know Daleks are geniuses, and that's kind of how you hand wave that away. But like, it was very quick.
I quite liked how they killed the Dalek, like because they did like the team up thing, and then the Doctor. What did they actually use? Like
they used Ryan's dad's microwave oven.
Yeah,
and I think that's dumb. And like,
which as soon as it appeared, it was obvious.
Yeah, like my
girlfriend was like, "Oh, the microwave oven. That's how they're going to solve this."
It's the oven. They're going to microwave the Dalek, which they did. It's fine. It's fine because that's kind of like an old style Doctor Who kind of vibe of like the Doctor rigs up a thing and then walks about like carrying a thing and then uses the thing to save the day. Like,
there's so many shots of that microwave just in.
I wonder if it was a brand, like a brand deal.
The BBC's not allowed to do that.
No, but I wonder, like, Brexit's a coming. Like, they're going to need some money. I feel like when
they all around the TARDIS, the Doctor was like, "Oh, you brought a microwave into the TARDIS."
Yeah, she was very like.
She was very excited about having a microwave.
She was very excited, and she was very like, good work. Like, Ryan's dad. It doesn't make up for your like parenting deficiencies.
I feel like there was like good Doctor work in this episode, and also bad Doctor.
I want to say there was better Doctor work than normal.
Like I really like that stuff about how like, oh, this is a Dalek, like I have to do this alone. Like
I wasn't impacted with that really. The thing that got me was when she met Ryan's dad.
Yeah.
And she said things to Ryan's dad. I don't remember what they were, but I remember she was critical of Ryan's dad, which is more like that felt like they were taking on notes about the Doctor interacting with the plot and having opinions and doing things.
I can't really recall any like Graham like respelling out the plot lines either. I don't think there was many of them.
No, but Graham was
Graham didn't have a lot to do in this episode.
Graham was the best part of the episode though. Like Graham had the emotional heart.
Did he?
Graham had the whole thing where Graham had the best bit where like he opened the door when they came back to the house.
Oh yeah,
he was like, no, he closed it, and then like sat down, and then they're like, "You all right, Graham?" And he's like, "No, not at all." And they're like, it rings again, and he's like, "All right," and they go and see it, and it's his dad. Like that was a great genuine reaction. And then you had a whole thing where he sat Ryan's dad down, and he was like, "So you're terrible. You need to date. Like
I would have enjoyed these bits, but this is the part where it's just like it's New Year's Day, I'm glazing over.
He had really good Bradley Walsh, like, "No, you're terrible." And then there was a bit where like Ryan called him like granddad, and like his dad was like visibly upset by that, and he's like, "Yeah, granddad," because we've had interaction, and like Ryan's dad was weird, like he was on the rigs. That's why he wasn't
up in Aberdeen.
But like he didn't.
They never said Aberdeen. They just said he was on
offshore.
The rigs. He was offshore, and now he's onshore.
Mm-hmm.
Can we talk about Yaz?
Yaz seems like an easy character to write for because she's a Polis, and you could do Polis things where
there was one vaguely Polis thing she did. Like she was in charge of like phoning people.
She was.
Like
that's the thing.
She got the numbers of the archaeologists to check up on them. That was all she did in the entire episode.
That's the thing.
Which is like that was like good because that's the kind of thing that she should because she's a police. I wish she would make more of her being a police officer and how those skills like translate to her as a companion.
I have a banger a Yaz episode like idea, and I need to pitch it to someone and not say it out here so people can steal it. But like The point is, I have an idea for something to do with Yaz. How are you not doing Yaz episodes? He did one Yaz episode and it was about our gran. She didn't have that much lines in it. Bradley Walsh got like emotional bangers in that episode. Yaz didn't, eh? Yaz in this, right? I think the trap is that you can say that, yes, she did like the phoning around, but like, that's like a second of the episode.
Yeah.
And she's just kind of standing there for the rest of it. It's like they don't like Yaz. And like, don't know what
Did
to do
Yaz
with
do
her.
anything at the end where they were all surrounding the Dalek?
She helped do the same thing that everybody else was doing. Like it wasn't.
I really like that part. Literally felt like right out of Avengers yet again, where they were trying to steal the glove off Thanos. Like they were all like, the Doctor had like a power slide around the Dalek, and everyone grabbed it, which is a cool way to defeat a Dalek. I like that because they can't do shit from behind.
Well, they've shown in Russell's Who that like the middle section can spin all the way.
Yeah,
it has to be done via the magic of CGI, but they can do it. So
I guess his Dalek couldn't.
Like it was like scrapped together or whatever. It's fine, but like,
even though it had missiles, it couldn't turn around.
It used all its missiles off screen.
Sheffield
it popped.
Steel.
Like that Dalek was made from Sheffield. Oh my god. I thought this episode was fine.
It was good. I had to give it like a 7 out of 10. Like it was solid New Year's.
I'd say like 5
I think
out of 10.
it went down pretty well among most people.
Yeah. Oh, why? That's like the series. Like it's doing really well. It's got really good. I'm sure the New Year's Day.
Right, there would have been a lot better.
I've not checked that because we're not professional here.
Jolly to check it.
Yeah, check it. But like, I'd say like 5 out of 10. But in like I'm not being like vindictive or malicious when I say that. Like I enjoyed it. It just wasn't. It was a Torchwood episode. It's great that they're still making Torchwood in 2019. But there's nothing bad about it. It was I wouldn't call it a Dalek banger. You know how we were talking about this going into it.
It wasn't quite that good.
And like I don't know what the criteria for a Dalek banger has to be other than.
Jeez.
Did it do really
it
well?
only got 5 million overnight.
Oh,
that's
gosh.
terrible.
Is that bad?
That's awful. Look.
Mm-hmm. All right, it's overnight, sir.
It got lower than the finale on New Year's Day.
Ooh.
Fuck, that's bad. I mean, it could just be that like no one was watching TV that day on the same way at Christmas Day, but I think there was like a general expectation that the ratings would be better.
We talked about this originally, and I said that they probably would be better because people are trapped indoors on New Year's Day. Nothing's open. They said that in the episode. Nothing's open and everyone's hungover.
I know,
so you're going to be trapped
that
in front
used to be
of
the
the
thing
TV.
on Christmas as well, but then people like just watch Netflix.
Aye.
But I think the general opinion was the Christmas Day lineup was terrible and no one was watching just because like if they had better stuff people would watch it. And New Year's Day seemed like because it had Luther and Doctor Who.
Oh, yeah, that's true. But didn't Doctor Who run into Luther or did it? Wasn't it? I
think Doctor Who was on. I never actually like we watched Bandersnatch before. Like while Doctor Who was on, we were kind of like coming home and watching Bandersnatch, and then we watched Doctor Who on iPlayer.
Right.
So I guess we should be included in overnight ratings because I don't know how it works.
It seems vaguely. It's not like because like that's the only of the overnights, so you won't see like.
I know, but that's all pretty bad, especially when you consider the opening of the series got like 8 million.
Can you compare it against other Christmas specials?
I'm just seeing what people are. I'm just seeing
what the general vibe is.
Digital Spy ratings. That's where you go to get ratings.
I've not been to Digital Spy in many a decade.
They're still arguing about ratings.
No, that's
a decade plus on.
I loved Digital Spy in 08, and they had the.
Oh, I was on it in 06.
06, oh yeah, but 08 had the you know how all the set picks for like Stolen Earth and Johnny's End, and it had like Davros stuff.
So it was joint third rated for the night. So I just feel like,
that's all right, isn't it? For Doctor
Who,
seems
pretty bad. It's down on the season finale overnight on a holiday, which seems pretty bad.
Yeah.
Jeez.
They'll probably have to put Doctor Who on ice for like a year after.
I guess the series itself is like do fine, but
what was the joint? What was it, like EastEnders or like Strictly or? It's always going to be those things.
Emmerdale won the slot, and Doctor Who has mostly been over 5 million during the episode, boosted by the news beforehand. And EastEnders here is tuning in early. So
Emmerdale beat Doctor Who.
Emmerdale beat Doctor Who. I think they kind of okay. Now, okay.
Yeah.
Let's real talk here. Now that we know the ratings were not great.
Now we can take everything we said positive. We take it back. It's only ratings based.
No. I'm only talking about the promotion for this episode.
Oh, it's terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible.
At the season finale, right? When people were watching, they were like, if you were not like, obviously Doctor Who fans knew it was going to have a Dalek.
Yeah.
And I guess you could have inferred from like, oh, it's the most dangerous
Yes.
But there was no indication from that trailer that aired after
Mhm.
the finale that this episode would have a Dalek.
Yeah. I think there's...
And then,
Mhm.
then the BBC at some point in the past week or two added like an exterminate at the end of the trailer.
Yeah.
So did they know that their promotion was going like
Probably.
shit?
Absolutely.
And they had to know. Oh, we need to let the people know there's a Dalek in this.
I don't think there's anything wrong with kind of obscuring the fact that the Daleks were back necessarily. See if this was like the finale, and you didn't want to ruin the finale that the Daleks were back.
Yeah.
That's fine, but because it was like a New Year's Day banger, where we're tuning in for fun, like it's going to be a good time. I know we're all like that; it's entertainment, but like it's not. It's got a vibe of not seriousness about it.
I don't go to this episode like expecting like deep Doctor Who.
No, I mean that would have been great if it was, but like you got Kate.
I
like it's a
kids
thing.
Banger.
You're. I don't know. Does it mean they're kind of ashamed of it being a Dalek thing?
I don't know.
Because why would you obscure that fact? Because like the episode itself is just Dalek.
Even like Luther only got like 5.6 free.
Yeah, I bet TV's down overall. But yeah.
I mean,
like it wasn't like the Daleks were back in force, and this was like, hey kids, buy all the Dalek toys, and like they didn't really make it. Like I say, it was a Torchwood episode that was Dalek based.
I mean, it'll consolidate like super well. Because I'll be on iPlayer. Like, I'll probably get like 8-9 million overall.
Like it's still a thing. Like you don't have to worry about Doctor Who disappearing because of ratings. It's mostly the fact that Brexit is a company.
I think the thing is I think the thing is the Doctor Who ratings have always been fine. I just think there was like when this series like started and it got good overnight. So like, people were all like, "Oh, this is what
it was like in 2006."
Yeah, like Doctor
this
Who,
is Tennant's.
Like Doctor Who's like mega. Like I don't think it's that. I think it's just.
I've kind of felt the vibe of it being back because I've seen a lot of like merch. But not.
I just feel like people that were slamming Moffat for his ratings are now having to eat their.
Oh, people have like it's like the opposite.
Eat their.
See when Moffat took over.
What's the word?
Eat their words. Eat their words. Eat their.
Because people are like, "Oh, Chibnall saved the ratings," and he clearly hasn't.
Well, it seems like it's going down well with normals.
Is it?
It seems like it is.
I don't like the audience appreciate it. You know how that. Audience appreciation index.
Yeah.
It's not been super great,
really,
like at all this series, and they are the ask normals.
Well,
like RTD got met. Like I feel like they've been like similar, if slightly lower to what Moffat was getting, and he was getting lower than what RTD. Like RTD had like bumpery eyes for normals.
RTD he can work a crowd. Like he knows what he's doing. I don't know. Like it doesn't. We've talked about this, and we'll when we do our overall review, we'll come to this in more depth, but it very much doesn't feel like it's aimed at us, like as a group.
No
nerds. Like it's very much broad and like, but in a way that doesn't, because like you know how RTD did like big broad fun that everyone loved.
Yeah, but he still had like overall plots.
He had overall plots and stuff, but he had a specific level of like sci-fi that he was going for. Like it was big and dumb and like silly.
It was big
and
dumb, but Chibnall stuff just has almost no sci-fi in it. Like,
but
this episode was the closest to that because it had like
Chibnall's sci-fi feels kind
also
of like,
he was going off an already established creature. Like he didn't.
But
and also it showed that this was like a better episode because it had like an established villain in it.
Absolutely. And people have been saying that. I didn't feel it as much because like I don't know. They did stuff with it. They mentioned Rels. They got a joke out of Rels. That was kind of the extent of Dalek lore.
I need to remember how many Rels are.
Like, how long's a Rel again? Like, but like Chibnall's his like sci-fi kind of feels like it's kind of serious sci-fi, if you know what I mean. Like, not like serious is important, but kind of like taking itself seriously. Like a lot of the characters and stuff are quite silly, but because like Tim Shaw. He's like a silly joke character because he's got teeth on his face and they call him Tim Shaw. But he's from like a warrior race that you could find in Star Trek Voyager.
Yeah.
Like it's going for like a kind of...
It doesn't feel uniquely Doctor Who.
No, it's kind of bland sci-fi where like Moffat's sci-fi was very like, at the start at least, was very urban fantasy, kind of like magical,
gaming,
very gaming to the point where he got gaming on an episode. Like that's how I would describe Moffat's like style. And then RTD was like 2000 AD... colorful.
RTD was like family, and then Moffat was going for more of a kind of like Vertigo comics fantasy.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
but like even RTD's sci-fi was very color. Like they're all like animal head people.
Yeah.
Like he had a specific vibe. Like he knew it was silly, but like going for it. Oh, you couldn't really say other than like Stitch from this year.
I forgot about Stitch.
Yeah, Stitch happened. I liked it.
That episode was weird.
Well, it was weird because it kind of illustrates my point, because the alien's like a fun Stitch Disney alien thing, but everything around it's like this medical ship, and it's like a level of sci-fi that I don't know if it works for like TV Doctor Who.
Yeah.
But specifically on this episode, I thought it was mostly there's stuff to talk about. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, well, a lot of the other ones, it was kind of like these things happened, who cares? And like it kind of earns its title because resolution did happen in this episode, but just specifically with Ryan's dad. Like they got Ryan's dad and they confronted him.
Ryan's dad seems alright. Like he doesn't seem like the monster he's portrayed as.
That's what they were going for. I liked him.
They were trying to humanize him a little.
Yeah. He was there. That's the thing. He was there. Hopefully Ryan can stop talking about his dad now.
Yeah.
Like, yes, it's a genuine thing, and it's good that they talk about that, but it got old after like 10 episodes. And I know he didn't do it in every episode, but it felt like he did it in every episode. And did he get a dyspraxia cracking?
There was a dyspraxia.
Yeah.
It was because after they disabled the dad, it was not bad for a boy with dyspraxia.
I'm not sure what, like, Chibnall knows what dyspraxia is. He probably did at some point, but I think he's long since past knowing.
It was weird because I felt like when the first 2 episodes had dyspraxia references, and then none until the finale.
Mm-hmm.
And now there's been 2 in a row.
They need to do something with Yaz. That's the main thing. Because like we can talk about what they did with Ryan, because Ryan
is overall a good character. He has his moments.
He's definitely there right now. Yeah. But as soon as he's gone, I'll just
what are they going to do with Ryan now?
That's the trouble.
Done.
Yeah,
how are they going to renew Ryan? As what is Ryan's thing going to be? Like, you need to give Yaz a thing in general, and then
she has things. She's a policewoman.
I know.
She's a police
officer.
They
need to execute upon that.
Yes.
Give her something to do based upon that. Whereas Ryan feels like he's had his character development in the series, and now I'm interested to see what they're going to do with him next.
I wonder if they'll do a time skip. See if they just come back and it's exactly the same.
Yeah, that would be cool if they did a time slip, because Ryan could have done his HND or whatever. Maybe he's getting along better with his dad. Maybe Yaz will have a promotion. You could even do I'm a promoted policeman. I'm struggling to balance my TARDIS and
with my but there's so many there's so many modern issues with policing in the world currently.
I know, yeah,
that you could be tackling through the medium of sci-fi.
You could be doing discrimination in the police. You could be doing
it looks like they were going to do that. I see at the start of the season, it was more focused on Rosa and that stuff, and they talked about racism and stuff. And you've got
they kind of did that through the prism of not them though. There was a little bit of that, but
they were there experiencing that,
yeah.
And that's something we can talk about in the overall show. But just do an episode where Yaz confronts space cops, and space cops have different ways of doing things, and then she there's a million police things that you could be ripping off.
It's weird because
she's a detective.
The kind of thing I was thinking of, you know how Ryan and Yaz are millennials.
Yeah.
You know how they did because normally Moffat, who kind of wasn't that current, but they had that whole episode in where Bill was in it, where they had your students can't afford properties, so they had that amazing bit where they were trying to get property, and then they found
that was the one with Poirot, wasn't it?
The John Sushi House. I like that episode.
No, it is. Knock, something like that. It goes places, that episode. Yeah, that was a very millennial episode. Yeah. That was a Scooby Doo episode where millennials.
That's kind of thing I'm thinking of. Ryan and Yaz trying to get, I don't know, maybe
they
Ryan
could get a flat together.
Fam flat. Extended fam.
Yeah, the extended fam. I don't.
They kind of need to drop the fam thing.
I don't know. I've seen the fam thing done better in fan art than I've seen it done in the actual show.
The thing that I can't quite get, is it meant to be funny? Is it meant to be oh, the doctor's saying this and doesn't come across as cool at all, or is it meant to be that the doctor's cool because she's saying? In my head, she's not cool because she's saying fan.
That's what I've seen a lot of fan art of, is where like the doctor's saying things and she doesn't quite get them.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like that doesn't survive contact with the fact that she's 2,000 years old and has lived most of that time on Earth. Like it's fine.
They've dropped like the because she's now youthful. Like, the doctor's dropped that I'm old. Even like
well, that was Capaldi's character in fair play, but like. But you're still the Doctor. Like you still know all the things that you knew. I know there's like jettison memories and stuff.
I feel like Capaldi had like the best Doctor arc of all the New Who Doctors.
He did and he didn't.
Like I'm not saying he had like the best episode. Like, he had a lot of good. I'm saying like in terms of like the Doctor's plot, he had a relatively.
The problem with that is that Capaldi was very Sheldon. Like he was very, very Sheldon, very like a mix. He was like Sherlock Sheldon. Like it was a fusion because like Moffat was like high on his like Sherlock success, so he just made the Doctor Sherlock. And then like he got his first season out, and then he got reactions to that where people were like, we kind of like the Doc being fun and like a hero, and he was like, all right, understand.
There's a lot about Hero Doc in this episode.
There was a little bit of Hero Doc, but she's not a Hero Doc, but she is a Hero Doc. The problem is that she's Doc 5 again. She's Peter Davidson, and like that's fine.
I think that is the closest analog to this Doctor.
I've been thinking about that because she's Davidson, but the point of Davidson was he came after Baker, and he had to be like new and fresh, and he did that by being like human. And it wasn't that like Tom Baker is a hero Doc, but he's like kind of the Doc, and he's like the classic Doc. So he's not specifically like a hero in the same way that Tennant and like Matt Smith are.
Yeah.
So. It's kind of not because she has to react to the fact that like Capaldi was basically a god, and like I was feeling a little bit of that this episode because like it was only one Dalek, like and it killed a lot. I know it killed a lot of people, but like can you not deal with like one Dalek, Doctor? Like come on. Also, see that scene where it like made the lassie download the internet or whatever. Like that was very Dalek. I was like, oh, that's not going to go well because this is basically just Dalek, isn't it? You're doing like one Dalek and it's a threatening Dalek, you know?
I feel like you had watched Dalek.
Yeah.
Like you had an idea, I'm going to do one Dalek.
One Dalek.
And then all the preparation you did throughout this episode was
watch Dalek. Yeah, it was like Dalek, but in Sheffield. And not as good.
It was
less Dago. Less Dayglow, but... See the bag that had like the Dalek corpse in it and it was like under UV light and it was like Dayglow. I was like, oh my god, it's Dayglow. They're bringing it back. What's happening? That's all we can really say. It's only been 40 minutes. There was one thing I wanted to talk about was I saw on Instagram that there was apparently a lot of deleted scenes from
this episode.
From this season. And
are they on the DVD?
Don't know because
are the DVDs out?
I would assume they're out now.
Where are you going to buy them? I don't know.
I know you can buy each episode as it comes out at midnight on the PlayStation Store for download. So that's a vector. The two deleted scenes I saw was a specific one where there was like another creature in, you know, the one that takes you away. You know, the one in the Scandi drama one. There was specifically this tall creature guy that his entire scene was like cut. He was in like the void. So like, I was like, oh, that's quite like you built a creature and like presumably filmed it scenes and stuff, and then decided that it wasn't working. So that kind of has murmurs of like production difficulties. But then the other scene that I saw was I've tried to look it up since and haven't found the evidence, so I'm kind of leaning on the fact that it might be fake. But the other thing I saw was that there was a kiss between Yaz and the Doctor that was cut.
Really? Where did you hear that?
I saw it on Instagram. So take it with all of the salt in the world. I specifically remember looking at the picture of it.
Because there was a hint like a third of the way through the
series. There was a hint,
wasn't there? That might be where they were going with Yaz. And then nothing was mentioned of it again.
Nothing.
There was no sign because Yaz had nothing to do for the rest of the series.
My specific thing with that is it was either fake, because I've not found any evidence of it again since, or it might have been a dream that I had. But it would explain a lot of Yaz's plot structure in that season if she did have like a romance with the Doctor and then they just gutted it because
they were like, people don't want this,
or it didn't work, or like for whatever reason like they took it out. So it seems like that probably happened.
I would say there's no way that happened, but there's a couple of things that give it evidence. The fact that at the end of that for the Spiders episode, where the mum was like, "You need to next time you come home, you need to explain like how you met the Doctor."
Yeah.
And then they did nothing with it.
No, well,
it never went.
There's
anywhere.
a lot of like ends like that I would have assumed that would have been tied up in resolution, but specifically they picked.
Yaz's family were not in this episode.
They picked that to be more actors to pay. What I want from the next season is just episodes that focus on the team. See, just do midnights where it's just the team and like explore their characters and have them do, because like that's the problem with these episodes. All these things.
I feel like all the side characters are terrible.
You know what this could have been, right? This episode could have been the Doctor comes back to Sheffield to pick the team up, and like they're doing an archaeological dig under the town hall, and like Yaz is a police officer chaperone or whatever under there, and like Ryan's doing work experience or something. Those could have been those characters, and Yaz could have had the Dalek on her, because you know how like the woman goes and steals a police car. Like,
why wasn't that like that? Could have been Yaz that had that.
Could have been Yaz. Yaz could have been possessed. Like,
and then that would have been like something happened.
Something happened to Yaz.
None of the companions have been in danger.
No. Yes. No. No.
Not really.
They've not been in danger, but they have been taken to terrible places. Like the first planet they go to is like this terrible planet wasteland. And then the first place they go in history to illustrate that they've got this miracle time machine is a horrible racist place where like it's like, oh, the miracle of time travel, we can go be racist then.
Although if you remember, the only reason they landed there was because the TARDIS was still slipping.
I know. They were going for like, we can't control the TARDIS, and like the Doctor had a
line.
And
then they dropped that.
Yeah, the Doctor had a line in this episode where it's like the TARDIS isn't designed for short hops, but like I feel like.
Well, like they did it like 5 times in that episode, just traveling about Sheffield in the TARDIS. Like, why didn't you get the
chronologically
tram that you showed in this series at Sheffield? Get the fucking tram. Don't use the TARDIS.
I don't know.
I feel like previous Doctor episodes wouldn't have used the TARDIS to get about a city.
I think when they've got budget problems and like just can't be bothered writing it, they're just like, I don't know. The TARDIS is.
If it was RTD, they would have probably just ran across Sheffield.
If it was RTD, the TARDIS would have like span into some bins and like hit off a wall. And
it would have, because they were fond of those shots where it was just the TARDIS flying in a city. Can we talk about you know that part where like the policewoman, or not the policewoman, like the archaeologist?
I feel like she's a BBC 3 actress.
Yeah, she was super that. I'm going to get into this. She was like under the Dalek's control, and then they cut to like that road that Casualty uses to film car crashes.
Oh yeah, I thought about that.
It was just super that. It was like this road that's just in the middle of nowhere where they always do car stuff, and it's super like.
That's like a Super Sentai thing where they only have this one stretch of road that is just every like car shot ever.
And it, like the music was like mega cheesy. Like we downloaded this like chase.
Can we talk about the music? Because the music was like Murray Gold, like overpowering like all the time.
Like I assume it was the new composer, but it felt like
it was trying to like they were like, oh, like got the note to like make it epic, and it was like just kind of metal kicking up at places.
Like
and
like just had like a rubbish guitar riff.
Yeah.
It was great.
Because the Dalek was driving to a place.
It killed a police officer and then...
In like a Men in Black kind of way. Like it was exactly the scene from Men in Black where Will Smith is like pulled into the car while the alien's being pregnant and like his legs are flailing about. Yeah, the music was a negative for me. I liked it. I like the music itself.
I feel like the new composer had some moments. I feel like Murray Gold is still a lot better to me.
Well, that's
like, did you
No, I couldn't remember any music. If that's what you're about to ask.
Yeah, I know. I just like
no.
I feel like in the Matt Smith era, like you knew what the 11th Doctor scene was.
Oh, was it? I am the Doctor.
Yeah, it was because it was too loud. I grant you, and they used it way too much. But you knew what it was.
Mm-hmm. Does the Doctor have a theme currently?
I guess I don't know. I'm sure there was like people who were trying to work out what it was.
I feel like I can be quite harsh because like it's their first series back, and it's like all new, like new actors, new writers, new everything. But they have been making Doctor Who for like how many years now as a company?
A lot of years.
I don't know. It goes through phases like that because like classic Who would hand over like showrunners and that, and you'd see like a dip and a decline and then a rise and everything. But the problem is we're not going to see progression for at least a year.
No, like that's the thing. Like I felt like it's kind of like treading water with regards to the plot, and now we're just not like where are we going to go? Like what?
It'd just be more episodes because that's kind of again. I don't particularly need Doctor Who to be on every year. I know a lot of people were shocked, but like Capaldi had a gap year. Like it's fine. Like, and like see if they were coming back with like stronger episodes. See if this season was just all bangers. Like it wouldn't matter. You could come back in like 2 years, just be good. But there's like it is a genuine momentum problem they have.
Yeah,
because like I feel like if they just make it but don't tell anyone, and then it just like drops next year, that could be cool. Because presumably they're going to have to start dropping Netflix style at some point. Notes.
Why does it not have info? Here's a Pokemon.
We've got a Pokedex. We've been playing Pokemon. Let's Go Pikachu is a hell of a game. You should run out and buy it.
I don't know about that.
I don't think has there been any news because like at the end of this episode it just said the Doctor will return. Like James Bond style. Didn't say when. Like didn't say 2020.
No,
didn't like because they're not making it. Like it's not like it's stopped.
They'll start filming it like this year, like a few months maybe.
Will they though? Because it's 3 months to Brexit. I know I keep saying it, but it like
31st of March, Brexit. Doctor Who starts filming
on Brexit Day. Right, lads. Brexit. Is it a Brexit Friday? Oh, I wonder if it's a Sunday. Brexit Sunday.
I think it's a Saturday. Like, it's a 30th. I fucking know.
We can find out.
I'd rather it don't happen.
It's going to happen though, and like our viewership's spiking when we say the word Brexit.
Is it?
It is. We're up to 2 people. But yes, I feel like there's not much news to talk about because that's the end of the show. We will be back. We will have an all-series.
We're going to get a cast.
We're going to get a round table of experts. Hopefully, we can poach Andrew Marr.
We will make a lot of the same points. That
we will make all. It'll be a best of. Like it'll be just nothing but Bradley Walsh, Brexit, and third thing.
No unit.
No unit. Unit is dead. See all those stories in like expanded media where there's like future unit.
Nope.
Nah. Dead. I don't mind. I think it was a funny joke. Yeah. Do you think he actually hates Unit?
I don't think so.
He might actually hate Unit.
I think it was probably just he wrote this episode without Unit and then realized he could add a scene where there was like a funny the Doctor had to call up Unit because it was a good scene.
It was a good scene. Oh my god. We should talk about the best scene in the episode.
Have I forgotten?
The Dalek turns off the internet.
Oh yeah! There was just like a cut to that random family! I totally forgot about this! That family that had never been seen for the entire episode. They turned off all the internet in Sheffield. It was like, there's no internet.
There's no internet.
What are we going to do? We're going to have to talk.
We're going to have a conversation.
I forgot about that. It was great and it's so incongruous with the rest of the episode.
That was very RTD.
It was.
But like without the charm. I feel like it doesn't stand up to logic either. I was saying this on, but like presumably they can just play games.
Yeah.
Like,
although maybe not. Yes, because like probably needs
an update. And, but it's not New Year. It's not Christmas Day, so they've had it for like a week.
Yeah.
So
it was funny. I just felt
it felt like a Christmas Day line. Like that felt like it was written for.
It's just weird that they went to the trouble of filming that scene first.
I don't know, man. I'd watch that episode again. Would probably be there.
Yeah,
I'd be fine. A lot of the
I felt like it dragged quite a bit in the middle.
And the end. I was just asking for it to end, but if it was on, I'd sit and watch it and have a good time.
It annoyed me that there was no titles, and I don't know what this is with like Chibnall's episode not having titles.
I think that's admirable because they're squeezing more plot and more footage in.
I really thought this episode would have a cold open, but I never.
That's the thing because see with the terrible ads, because like I'm a horrible person and one of my favorite parts of anything is the next time on segments, and they've been horrendous.
They have been
horrendous. They don't advertise the fact that next week's going to be great, and they're also only like 10 seconds long. But like that's fine because presumably they're getting more episode.
I guess, but that's sort of like it's not going to change the episode.
No, but it's something, you know. But you did until you said it. I didn't notice the fact that there wasn't any credits.
I'm pretty sure there was. There was credits at the end.
Yeah, but there wasn't openings. Doctor Who. It's on. Well, it's not anymore, but
See, look.
yeah.
The audience appreciations are not great, and you can see that the finale was hated.
You say hated, but that's 79.
No, but like
out of 100.
Moffat's and RTD stuff are getting like mid 80s to high 80s.
Oh, right, okay.
Like,
I suppose.
I feel like 79 might be the lowest audience appreciation like New Doctor Who has ever had. Like, I'm not joking.
That'd be good data to have to hand in our next episode.
Also, like, apparently the ratings
sake.
started going off a cliff after that episode on the hospital ship.
I just think people would love Stitch. I guess the series has a bit of. Is that all of them? Is that the end of time in there? Yeah.
So this is the audience.
This is the audience ratings. Yeah, they're
so
all
it's
very.
The lowest one ever. It's the lowest one ever for a special.
Right. Oh, okay. I see what you mean. That's concerning, I guess.
It is concerning,
but it's
I can't even explain it internally. It's how are like fucking weird Moffat Christmas specials getting higher.
That Narnia one. I don't know. Probably better marketing and better better kind of Matt Smith momentum and zeitgeist.
They did go with
there will just be people there saying, "Oh, it's a warm Doctor now." No. Nah, I'm downvoting this somehow.
You're probably right.
And it'll be a combination of loads of things like that and like Netflix. Like people just won't be watching it.
Oh yeah, I don't know how to fail figures.
Magic and arcane wisdom.
I feel like I've got nothing left to say about this.
I feel like we've said enough. Yeah. Basically, almost an hour there.
We'll be back.
We'll be back
for one
more, and then if I can convince people, we'll be watching Primeval this year.
Oh god!
Yeah. See that disc over there?
Oh no!
Season 1 of Primeval.
I've never seen an episode of Primeval.
You've never seen it? This is the best time to get anyone on the ground. I was saying this on Twitter, but ITV should just commission another season of Primeval. Because you know how Doctor Who's not on next year or this year. I'm saying next year. Just get a season. Get the lads. Get a fiver. Get some Raptors. Like you will love Primeval. It's 2006. It's like daytime 2006.
There's a lot of 2006 like city about.
Yes, there's a lot of city stuff, and then I feel like one of the first things that happens is one of the characters is playing the Elder Scrolls Oblivion on TV.
Amazing.
So,
right.
Aye, let's press the button. Bye.